Most people are really scared. That's the problem. No one wants to jump. No one wants to really try. And even with YouTube, when people ask me, they're like, so what's the key? And I was like, just make 500 videos. If you make 500 videos, if you can stick with it that long, you're going to get better on every single one. It's going to be a learning process about how the system works in your own self, over time. But I do believe that almost anybody, and I mean, I'm almost emboldened to say anybody that has at least internet connection, you need internet, can make a living doing something they're excited to do every day and changing the world and impacting the world. You might make less, you might have $100,000 a year job that you hate, and you might only make 65 or 70,000 a year doing your thing, but you'll be much happier. If you're not scared, you're not pushing yourself. And I know 1 year, 2 years of working your 9 to 5 and then getting off work, and instead of choosing to go waste your time doing this or watching Netflix or whatever, you grind it out. You make a song. Like, I'm like, challenge yourself. Make a new song every day and put it on YouTube. Like, that's hard. But if you do it, that will be like legendary. And you'll learn, just think about how good you'll get at making a song if you make a song every day. And it's going to suck those 2 years, but then after that, what? You're definitely going to make more than a barista. I think a lot of people just don't believe they can do it, and they're not used to. You got to surround yourself with people that are doing it or have done it. And if you don't know those people, you got to listen to, people that you don't really know. Like, follow people like, a lot of famous people have, came from nothing, and those are the stories that I really like. So if you listen to Arnold, listen to his story, how did he get to become, he was sitting wherever he came from and he seen a magazine. He was like, that's how I'm going to get to America. And so he started bodybuilding, and his whole thing, he comes to America and he's working like 10, 12-hour days, then working out for 4, 6, 8 hours, then sleeping for 6 hours, then going to acting classes till like midnight, then only sleeping for like 6 hours. And most people are like, yo, but I gotta sleep for 8. And it's like, well, do you really? Anything's possible. And also believe most people have something inside of them that can take them, where they want to go, doing what they want to do, which is very contrary to what all of us have been taught. Successful people are people who set out to do something and then do it, and they're happy with what they're doing. Start sharing your story, whether it is writing a book or starting a podcast or creating YouTube videos or videos, even if YouTube didn't exist, or drawing or painting or whatever it is. Start sharing your story with others and using it to teach and inspire others, because that is going to help you grow a lot, and it's going to put you into a position of influence and appreciation from other people. And that's a really good position to be in, because you can accomplish a lot of stuff from there. You want to share that passion with other people and try and spread it like a virus.
That's right.
To get more people excited about life, more people. There is nothing more frustrating to me than someone who has the talent but no drive.
Finding and understanding and realizing your worth, and that means you're worth the work, you're worth the effort, you are worth embarking on this journey. So it's going to be a marathon, it's not a sprint. The hatred route, in my opinion, is a sprint. It's people trying to get from point A to point B as fast as they can, and that's just not sustainable, right? You want to change your overall lifestyle to be able to, lose the weight, keep it off, and then enjoy your life as you continue on, instead of, having to be strict and rigid, and because that's not fun either. Nobody likes that. Everyone wants to enjoy a donut or whatever it might be from time to time, and that's realistic in my opinion. Everyone has the time. We just have to find it, or make sacrifices and choose something else instead. So even if it's ideally, if you could take 10 minutes a day to yourself and sit down and journal. I always tell people, people say, oh, I don't really do that. I don't write, I don't journal. And it's, well, you can start. Anyone can start. So I tell people to get a notebook, and make this your book. This is your book. This is your self-love, your journey, whatever you want to call it, your book throughout the next, however long that you feel that you need to do this until you can gain that confidence and that self-love. And I tell every single day, write down minimum one thing, ideally, a few, but minimum one positive quality about yourself every single day, and start this list. And in the beginning, that's a lot of people find that really hard, and they, I can't think of anything, I don't know. And I say, reach out to your loved ones, your best friend, a parent, anyone who's close to you, your partner, your kids, because kids are big too, and ask them, what do you like about me? What do you love about me? What's a positive quality about me? And then slowly start to see how other people view you, and then start to reach within inside yourself. Take some time to yourself every night. And, some people will meditate. Some people can kind of just lay in silence, whatever it might be, and really remind yourself of your goals.
Right.
So that's what I tell people a lot, is that we have to have this constant reminder daily, really, to remind ourselves, what are my goals? Why do I want this? And if you don't know what your goals are, I guess maybe that should have been before the reminder, you need to have concrete goals.
Yeah.
People often say, I want this. I want to lose 100 pounds. Let's say that's a general. Okay, that's great, but how are you going to do that? So you really need to sit down and write the process. Goals are great. I encourage everyone to have them, but the process is more important. So you can say, this is my goal, my overall goal. Now I'm going to write down what is the process into how I'm going to achieve that, and break that down into small intervals. Some people do monthly, some people do weekly, some people need to do daily, right? We know ourselves. Be honest with yourself to say, maybe it's daily, and say, from today, Monday, I'm going to drink only water.
Right.
On Tuesday, I'm going to drink one more glass than I did on Monday, et cetera, and build and build. Because what ends up happening is we create one goal, a huge mountain, and then that mountain seems too big, right? We start off, we're all motivated, and inevitably the motivation dies out, because motivation is fleeting, and it's this kind of fake feeling we all search for. And then comes discipline. So I always tell people, replace the word motivation with discipline and see how you feel. I just wasn't motivated this morning versus I'm just not disciplined this morning. It feels different when you say that to yourself, right?
You have an option. You can be shy and you can be like putting yourself on the background, or you can just be yourself, also in public, speaking with people and just being yourself. So I thought, okay, let's choose a profession wherein I have to push myself, wherein I have to go outside to show myself as a profession. So I started with a sales function, and my first interview that I had something like, oh no, what did I do? And why did I start the job? And why can I not do something else? And you want to crawl under the covers and just stay inside the whole day. So in my head, it was a very big issue. But then I had something like, okay, it's my job. I have to do it. I have to go outside. And then I did the first interview, and I told the guy in advance, like, you know what, I'm kind of nervous. This is the first time for me. And then afterwards, you think like I came outside and I said, okay, I can learn, but actually it was kind of okay. It was kind of good, this conversation. And also there's something like, the world is still turning, even when you're scared, even when you're feeling like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Just, focus on yourself and try to be calm. And in the end, it's like, okay, I was very scared. I was very nervous, but actually it was kind of okay. It was kind of cool, kind of strange about the comfort zones, because you make it way bigger in your head than it actually sometimes is in reality. So that's also something, push through, because you don't know how it will be, what will happen, how you will experience the whole situation. And even when like, okay, sometimes I have the experience like it's not as big as I thought, just push through. You have to exercise, you have to put effort in it, and you will fall, you will fail, but it is like getting up one more time. It's the extra time you get up to master something, and I think it's a very essential part of the process. You can be born with some talents, that's for sure. Everybody has his talent, everyone has a power and greatness in themselves, but you have to challenge yourself to grow in it even more. So even if you're born with a talent like to play soccer or whatever, you have to train like on a daily basis. And it's also something I say to people, like, okay, you go to the gym if you want to achieve body goals, but your brain is also a muscle. Train your brain as well. And depending on what you focus on, what is it you want to achieve, you can also train your brain or even rewire your brain at certain parts. And I think that's also very essential in the whole process. Everyone that you see like being successful, you can give thousands of examples, like J.K. Rowling, the number of amount that she got rejected with her book, it's like insane. But she believed in her story and she kept on pushing through. So I think that's training and failure. It's going hand in hand for me.